Beast made a 26-minute video on you today. That might be more interesting to watch. Let's see. Oh my god, this is gonna be fucking unwatchable. So he's responding to me, responding to him, responding to somebody else? Why would he do this? This is, yeah, I don't know if I can react to this. Thanks for the donation, though, Curious. Boobies, donated $2. When you shower, do you use a loofah or just your hands? I use a loofah. Also, is incline treadmill walking good cardio, in your opinion? Depends on what you want to do. If you just want to burn calories and, like, help with weight loss, then yes, that's arguably one of, if not the best ways to lose weight. If you're trying to increase your aerobic capacity or lactate threshold, then no. You need more intense type of cardio, chances are. But thanks for the donation, Boobies. Appreciate it.
Hey bro, it's T and I'm back, man, with a new video. It's about...
Anyway, let's watch the Jubilee video first.
Experience, but...
Oh yeah, Genetic Beast.
Prosthetic fears video. I can't really shine this Vegan Gains videos when he does these live feeds, but I'm gonna do this video now because it's ridiculous. I swore a lot in this video, so let's see. I'm doing a video of this other guy, him doing me, doing him, doing him, doing me, whatever. I don't know, there's so many people doing video.
Sugar doesn't cause insulin resistance.
Yes,
fat
it does.
does, particularly saturated fat.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, so insulin resistance is the lack of ability of your cell to take up insulin. Sugar does not cause insulin resistance. Weight gain from eating too much processed food would cause insulin resistance, but not the sugar itself.
Hold on a second.
Battles, like these people that constantly are eating, these so-called fat people, they're eating and eating and eating. They're kind of in an anabolic growth state, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand me? They're growing and growing and growing.
Look at Profiteers like he thinks that Vegan Gains actually knows something. I just told you, you don't know anything. Nobody on this fucking planet knows anything. Nobody, no doctor. Your doctor doesn't know anything. You never created a human being. They don't know anything, bro. They're making up stuff unless you can prove it. NCBI is by American institution. They pay for these things to make these specific studies. They already know what happened. That's why they write them up in these papers. This isn't a study. We took a group of people. We try to find out who's getting what here and there. They already know what happened. You understand? This is a collection of all the studies put together in one. They know that
what is he talking about?
Myofibular hypertrophy is created through these ultrastructural muscle injuries. That's where DOMS and all this comes from. You get all these symptoms. Get it? They figured it out already.
What does that have to do with insulin resistance? This is very strange.
And it depends what kind of food they're eating too. If they're insulin resistant, they're putting on fat. That sugar makes you insulin resistant.
Sugar doesn't make you insulin resistant. Insulin resistant. It's true. Does sugar make you insulin resistant? You know,
so he's gonna do a Google?
You can just Google all these things online. Does sugar make you insulin resistant? How do you find out you're insulin resistant? No one says whatever. I guess okay. That's it. The sugar causes insulin resistance. In people with diabetes, cells are resistant to insulin. As a result of this insulin resistance, sugar accumulates in the blood while eating sugar by itself does not cause insulin resistance. Okay, so they say while eating sugar by itself does not cause insulin resistance. No, it doesn't, because look, man, when I'm saying this, there's fat.
So he claimed I was wrong. Then when he tries to Google a resource, it sides with me. This is so fucking hilarious.
Fats in this food. Just like he's going to mention this. I already know this. Greg says foods with sugar and fat can contribute to weight gain. Yeah, because this is what happens. Jesus Christ, man. Insulin goes up. Insulin goes...
Yeah, so this thing, like, if you eat fat and sugar together, it'll make you gain weight. No. A caloric surplus is what makes you gain weight.
Goes up when you eat sugar. So there's a spike in insulin.
No, insulin will go up if you eat sugar or protein. Insulin is responsible for shuttling both protein and sugar into your muscle cells. You can actually look up the insulin response from eating different foods. Whey protein is one of the most insulinogenic foods you can eat. It's actually more insulinogenic than pure glucose. So both protein and sugar will drive up insulin.
Now, the fat that you're eating in your diet turns into fat. That's what happens. The sugar makes you insulin resistant, and that turns out this whole thing with diabetes, it means that the insulin is going so sky high, it can no longer remove the sugar from the arteries. Get it? It doesn't work anymore. So they need to take insulin shots. That's diabetes. And I'm not talking about diabetics. Christ.
I think this guy is completely lost. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have made this video.
This is a bro science, dumbass.
These aminos and things and stuff to get into the muscle cells to cause this
they growth. Do. It does prevent it. If you get that type of insulin spike, it'll prevent it. If you're insulin resistant, it'll prevent amino acids and things to get into the cells, get it for growth.
Yeah, so an insulin spike will help to shuttle nutrients into your body's cells, but if you're insulin resistant, then that insulin won't work or be as effective.
The muscle cells.
He was kind of right there. Sugar doesn't cause insulin resistance. Fat does, particularly saturated fat and cholesterol.
No. So they're telling you that you need to look more in depth. Forget about reading that stuff on Google. You need to go more in depth in it. The sugar is the major cause of it, causing this insulin resistance, a spike in insulin. It is the fat that you're eating while you're being insulin resistant. It turns into fat cells. The fat in the food that you eat, like pasta, it converts to sugar, and the fat turns...
Yeah, so if you're in a caloric surplus, what ends up happening is the fat that you consume doesn't end up getting oxidized, and it ends up being stored into adipose tissue, so he's sort of right there. But no, saturated fat is particularly bad at generating insulin resistance. Saturated fat damages the insulin-producing beta cells in your pancreas. It also contributes more to intramyocellular lipids, intramyocellular lipid buildup in your muscle cells. Cholesterol also has a similar action on insulin resistance. Also, if you eat a high-fat diet, it's going to contribute to more free-floating fatty acids in your blood, which also contributes to insulin resistance.
It's into fat cells. That's what happens. Or like bread or whatever you're eating out there.
Free fatty acids you have in your blood,
Yeah.
the more insulin resistant you're going to be.
He kind of got it too. He just kind of got it. Not exactly,
like how
but yeah, he's kind of got the idea of it.
Also going to build up with intramyocellular. Yeah, I
Nobody-
don't think there's any point to watching the rest of this, but yeah. Can sex workers and virgins see eye to eye? What the fuck?
Like, I remember when I had my very first escort session, I had this background feeling that I was gonna feel like gross. And then I remember, like, I went through the session and I left, and I was walking down the street with like a couple $1,000s in my pockets, and I was like, who exploited who here?